Hello, guys. You're all welcome to my life. This is the second time I'm having life on here on YouTube. So basically, what I'm talking about, or what I intend to talk about, is the latest discussion in the world of sports, especially when it comes to people of African descent. And the topic that is being on the news or social media platform this week has been that sexual harassment or sexual conviction. The guy plays for party. He plays for Ghana, and I think he was being done for rape. And again, a was it 2 days ago that additional rape charge has been labeled against him. And I kept on just wondering that why is it that we all fall prey of, especially Africans, why is it that we fall prey of this when it comes to African players, African Caribbean or Afro-Caribbean, basically, they're always falling prey of this. It's a very, it's a very, um, what do I say? It's a very serious issue that's close to my heart because when I see prominent players falling prey of all those things like that, all those charges, I don't understand why we can't get our players can't know the fact that when they come to when they go abroad, when they go and play abroad, they need to be careful, how they interact with people. Especially, I am based in Manchester, in England. The youngsters here, they look older, and when you meet them as a player coming from Africa, you may not necessarily know that these people are still teenagers, and these are the things that I need to sensitize our players in our athletes about. I'm a freelance sports journalist. Like I said, I'm based in Manchester, England. So that's the topic that I would love us to talk about today. Why are people, falling victim of, RAPE? And it's so shocking when you see prominent players being charged with crime like that. So we'll be talking about that. I wish people can join me. This is the the second life I'm having, so it's still a new concept to myself. This platform especially. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to get more people to be able to join, and with time you get to have more lives on here. So yes, I don't know what people think about that. So if is it something that you feel that we can do better? Yes, I think we can do better with things like when it's being discussed that look, when you come into a foreign land, you need to be very careful. You need to be very careful of the way you comport yourself, especially in environments like this. Looking back at things like this, it's something that I feel that football agents now, they have a very prominent role to play in this. They need to sensitize the players. They need to tell the players about where they're going to, the law of the land. Are being a male, what are the things that they can fall victim of? They need to be told all those things that look, where you are, where you're going, the law does not. Anybody that's under 18 is a minor. As players, the agents need to be telling all those players that they are taking, you know, under the under the company. They need to be telling them all this, that look, you're going to this place. You're playing in England. You're playing in, let's say, you're playing in Germany. You play in order for them not to be, not to ruin the career. And these are the things that we need to tell these players. Agents have a very great job, in the hands to do, because this has ruined so many lives of players. And the latest is Patsy, is a Ghanaian international. He used to play for he used to play for Arsenal before he moved down to Villarreal. So that's what he's facing now. The charge that was being labeled against him, which he denied that he's not guilty of. Last year he's been charged with that, and additional or additional case has been labeled against me still on that the same crime, RAPE. So these are things that needs to be guided against. One thing that I know about the music industry, it's especially the Americans, from what I learned or from what I read, is that the managers, they are always like, if you're a superstar, you're going on tour, or when you're moving out of your base, your manager goes the extra mile to tell you that the age for you to have anything to do with anyone in that country or in that city, in that state, you have to be, it differs, it has to be 18. So it differs. So these are the things that the manager of all these artists do to protect they use this to protect the artist. So I'm thinking that is the same thing. If the agents can be like, okay, I'm your agent, you're gonna be, I'm gonna sign you up, and you're gonna be playing in this club. The manager has to take it upon himself that, look, find out about basic things about the country your player is playing in, that this is the acceptable age that you can even talk to anyone. And even the players, we can't have the mentality that we're coming from, when we're coming from, that you do all kinds of things. It's not allowed in the Western world. You can't, it's just unacceptable. It's just unacceptable. You cannot come to a country and start, you know, going or doing things that you can't be caught doing. There should be a moral compass. You should know that there are some things that you cannot do as a player. No, there is no way that you will go to people's country, that you will now be like, start messing around with youngsters. That is, a recipe for disaster. You need to, you need to be able to be like, okay, these are the things that should be in place, that no, I came here to play. And if it comes to the worst, that you know that as a person that you cannot hold on to, you are always tempted to do like that. You can always come with your girlfriend from the country you're traveling from, or bring your partner, or you get married. It's as simple as this. When I see players of Afro-Caribbean being charged with all this crime, it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. How can you have such a good prospect, such a good prospect, such have a good career ahead of you, and you now go and jeopardize everything for just 2 3 minutes or 5 minutes pleasure? It kills everything that one stands for. Why must it be like that? Why must it be that you have to be this kind of a person? Why must it be like that? And these are the things that we need to address. The agents, the agents need to address all the. That's why I said it comes back to the agent, because the agent is in charge of this player. Your player is playing in a country. You as an agent, you ask around, and you can always do your as an agent that is on top of your game. You need to have information for the for your player, that this is acceptable, this is not acceptable. These are the things that can cut your career short. These are the things that can ruin you. So, I mean, when I saw the party, the Ghanaian International, I was just like, no, not again. This is a very sensitive topic that I'm talking about, and it needs to be addressed. People cannot be doing this. Players cannot be doing this. I can imagine a player coming all the way from from Africa. I'll use Nigeria as an example. A player coming from Nigeria, because most of the time these players, they must have gone through a lot. Probably the family now sent you abroad because you are being signed by an agent, only for you to get abroad and be charged with this. It has a ripple effect. It's not just you. What about your family back home? Is that what you come into the, come into the country that you're playing? Is that what you went there to do? And again, these youngsters, because being a player, that you're kind of seen in that like a celebrity status. You have that status, and when you have such status, it comes with so much. It comes with so much responsibility. It comes with responsibilities, because people cannot see you do this kind of a thing. And when these youngsters come, there is no harm you liking someone asking the crucial questions. How old are you? That is, if someone that you're interested in. How old are you? What do you do? If the person tells you, because over here, the youngsters, they look older. And that's one thing. I don't, maybe it's our environment that makes us as Africans shrink, even though some of us are older. You just see that you have such a very small figure. But over here, you see youngsters 14, 13, 14 looking like 20. You think that they're old. They're not old. They're not old at all. And these are the things that we need to be careful about. These are the things that we need to be careful about. So it really breaks my heart, like I said, when I see things like this. And like I said, it has ripple effects. It's going to affect the family. It's going to affect your income. And that's one thing people are not really thinking deep about. I mean, players now, when I say people, I'm talking about players now. Sponsorship is going to stop. Even your clubs might want to disassociate themselves by terminating the contract, because they don't want to be seen as they're supporting someone that's been termed a rapist. And that this is the truth. So they just disassociate themselves. And you can imagine one losing income, one losing sponsorship deals. So what is that person going to do? What's that person going to do? It's just something that I've always wanted to talk about. What do we do? What are the things that we need to do, especially in this industry? And that is why I'm using my platform as a freelance journalist. Some of the things that I've seen that have ruined people, I need to talk about it on this platform. I need to educate people. People need to know. People may not necessarily know or understand because they're coming into a new environment. And I also feel that there should be, even the agents, I don't know, there should be like a charity that needs to be registered with the FA in each country. That a good example is being in England now. There should be a charity, but by the minority ethnic group community, setting up to educate people coming from diaspora, coming from the home country, from Africa, Caribbean. They need to educate that. Look, it should be like, you know, is it ETLS, that they need to know about the country that they are coming into, just for them to be able to guide against being charged with crimes like this. People get carried away. People get carried away thinking that the person they are interacting with is of age. So we need to, the agents, the football agents, the community, the minority community group, charities need to come together and work with with players. They need to be registered with FA, so that FA will be able to send it to different clubs, that if you're having people of minority ethnic groups or Africans, Caribbeans that are coming into playing in your club or are new in Europe or in England, as the case may be, they need to go through this class. Even if it's going to be for 2 weeks, even if it's going to be for a week, maybe 2 sessions, maybe 2 weeks. It can be 2 sessions, it's one in each week. So this will be able to, yeah, you're here. This is how this thing works. Just to guide against, just to protect our players from falling victim. And you see careers being ruined because there's so much talent, but because of this, you see that careers are just ruined. Careers are ruined because of that. So I think, or I hope that we will be able to get things in place. There should be a charity like that, an NGO like this. Lots of careers are cut short. You see people in jail, youngsters, Africans will be like, oh, I didn't know this. You can't say you don't know in front of the law. I don't know does not hold water in front of the law. You did something, you're convicted for it, you're going to jail. You're going to jail. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. So I don't want to be going deep. I just said this is something that I need to talk about. It's a very sensitive topic, but somebody has to talk about it. How can we guide against this? How can we guide against this? What are the things that we can do? I've said this, if a player knows that you can't You can hold yourself. It's either you come in with your girlfriend from your home country, or you get married, come with your spouse from your home country. Nobody, if they appreciate anything in England, it's your family ties. I know that the government is pro family ties, and I'm sure that when a player says, "Oh, I have a girlfriend," or "I have this person that I'm bringing in because it's my wife, my spouse," definitely things will be put in place for the person to come. So I don't know what um you guys may feel. Probably you're seeing the video now, or maybe you'll say later, what are your contributions? What do you think? How can we guide against such things from happening? It can't it can't go on like this. People fall victim every time. When I say people, once again, I'm talking about Afro-Caribbean community coming from the countries. So that is what I have for us today that I said I'm going to talk about. And I'm hoping that the charity can be set up that will interact directly with FA. FA will now be like, we want players of African origin coming into England to do this 2 weeks course, because it's sentencing. It's not. It's a big deal here. Once it appears in your record, it's not. It's always going to be there. It's always going to be there. Especially when it comes to minor, underage. It's a serious allegation here. It's a serious allegation here. So, like I said, I don't know what you guys feel. If you are seeing the video now, or you'll be seeing it later, I'm hoping that you'll be able to be like, okay, this is this. I'm sure I'm still going to have this discussion again where we can share our thoughts. People can voice out what they feel about this whole thing. Like I said, I just said, let me just share my thoughts. I think I need to stop here, and I'm hoping that we'll be able to catch up again, or I'll do more comprehensive videos on it, on this topic, because like I said, it's a topic that is close to my heart that we need to let people know. Until I come your way again, I say thank you. If you're seeing the video, please do follow, share your thoughts. Until next time, I say bye.